Hello, everybody. Welcome to Creativity with Jennifer. Happy Sunday evening. I hope you have had a wonderful afternoon. I am going to give everybody a second to get on, and I am going to get all of my devices up so I can see as comments come in. So let's see. Here we go. Says I'm live. Let's see. Here we go. Awesome. There we go. I got it. Okay. Welcome, everyone. Hello. Welcome. I am so happy that you're here with me tonight. Yes. I have had a super busy afternoon. I went to church this morning and then I came home and I have been in my craft room working on all kinds of things today. I had to get ready for tonight and then, let's see. I had to get ready for tonight's live, and then I have my weekend retreat going on this weekend. So I've been working on some projects for that. And then I am, as a demonstrator, we are able to purchase some of the new product in advance from the new mini catalog. Hello, Debbie. From the new mini catalog. And I signed up to do a card swap to share card ideas with other demonstrators, and I've got to get 42 cards made. So I have been really busy getting those done because our deadline is fast approaching, and I got to get it done before I go on my weekend retreat. All right, let's see. I may have to just watch it from my desktop. I thought I could do this from my iPad, but I don't know what's going on with it. I'm tired of messing with it. I am ready to get busy with you guys. So tomorrow is my craft-along. So if you purchase my craft-along kit, I've got to make a slight adjustment for the time. I am supposed to go Facebook Live tomorrow at 7 o'clock. I got to change my time until 7:30. I've got to pick my granddaughters up from high school for their volleyball practice at 6:30, so I'm scared I'm going to be pushing it too closely. So let's move our craft along to 7:30 tomorrow. So if you purchase the kit in advance, I will be here tomorrow at 7:30 to do the craft along. If you did not purchase the craft along, you're still welcome to come. It'll be on my Facebook page right here. It'll be a live. You're welcome to come and see the projects. I do have a couple of kits still available. So if you are interested tomorrow, once you see the projects and see the live and you want to make that purchase, please let me know during that video, and then we will go from there. All right. So, I don't know what happened to my tablet. It's froze. I don't know. Anyway, so tonight I wanted to get into some crafting with you. This is going to be a neat stamp set. I am trying to transition into the fall because our fall weather is coming, and I am so excited about the fall weather. I am a summer girl, but when it gets close to the fall, it is time to switch seasons, and I am so ready for that. All right, so wanted to let you know, mark your date. I am so excited about this. Mark your date. More information is going to be forthcoming. But mark your date, November the 1st. I am doing my first in-person retreat. It is going to be a day retreat. I should say my first in-person day retreat, because I do weekend-long retreats. But this is going to be a one-day retreat, November the 1st. And it will be for probably started at 10 o'clock and go until 7 o'clock, but I'm not sure on that. So just mark the date. November the 1st will be a one-day retreat that I am hosting, and I've got one of my team members coming to help me, as well as one other person possibly. She's checking her schedule now. So I'm really excited about that. More information will come when I do my catalog launch September 1st, September 2nd, and September 3rd. I will be going live every evening to talk about our mini catalog. While I've got this up, if you do not have a mini catalog and you have not did my email survey, please get that survey done so I can get this catalog out to you. My goal is to have the catalogs in the mail no later than Tuesday. And that will give y'all time to get the catalog before I do my catalog launch. And that way y'all can follow along with me as I demonstrate some of the projects that I do have from the catalog. All right, but make sure you get on the, make sure you do my survey so I can get it over to you. All right, so let's see, what else? I think that's all I have going on that I need to talk about tonight. So we're going to go ahead and jump over and switch our camera views, and let's get started with our crafting. Tonight is going to be, I called it inky because we're going to get kind of inky, and it's going to be fun, but also we're going to have a lot of ink on our fingers when we're done with this project. All right, so we are going to go ahead and move the camera, and let me get it all set up here. All right, I wanted that out of here. These are the paintbrushes. There we go. Now, I hope you've got a clear table spot that is not too dark. I've been playing with the lights again. Give me 1 second. I've got to get a pad. Here we go. All right, because we do get this everywhere. All right, so tonight's projects, let me pull these out. They're kind of, by the way, this is a free with a purchase class. This is a free with purchase, so if you place a $40 order or more, I will send you the projects so you can make these cards yourself. All right? And then I will be doing that this week. So here is one of the cards that we're going to be making. All right. Here is the other card that we will be making. And then this is the other card that we're going to make. So these three cards are the cards for our tonight's projects. This is using the Peaceful View stamp set, and it is like a background stamp. It is mounted on block, let's see, Stampin' Up! Block F. It is a background stamp, and I don't normally buy these, but I fell in love with this one when I seen it during the on-stage event. Now, with this being said, I posted earlier this week that our red rubber stamps are going away. They're going to honor what stamps we currently have out there now with the red rubber, while they are listed in our annual catalog. Okay, so anything in the annual catalog that is red rubber, and this catalog goes through May the 4th, it will be honored. So you are able to purchase this stamp set, okay? But starting with the November online exclusive items, they will all be our photopolymer stamp sets, which is the clear mount stamps, okay? So starting in November, all of our stamps will be made this way. But if it's already in a printed edition, then they are going to keep it as the red rubber if it's out there as red rubber. But starting November 1st, all stamps then will be coming in the photopolymer sets, okay? So I wanted to share that with you. I did a post on it with my Facebook, and I sent out an email, so you should have received those. But just in case you didn't, these red rubber stamps are going away. And the reason Stampin' Up! Is going away from the red rubber is their source that they currently use to get the red rubber. It is starting to get hard for them to get the red rubber. So instead of being in a bind to where we're not able to purchase and we've got outstanding orders, they have decided to go ahead and depart with the red rubber while we can say it's time to stop it versus a supplier telling us, okay? So, but let's say we're still going to get our stamps. They're just all going to be in photopolymer. All right, so this is the stamp set that we're using tonight. And it is in the annual catalog, and it is on page 97, if you would like to look at it. And one of the cards that I'm doing tonight, I actually cased it from the catalog, okay? I did not do a whole lot of creating from scratch because of my card swabs that I've been doing with my demonstrators, for my card swap with the demonstrators. So I did not create a lot from scratch tonight, but I just wanted to share with you. Let me go ahead and I can do this. So we're going to get started. The other stamp set that I'm using tonight for the sentiments is the beautiful Mothets. So this is going to be the stamp set that we're using the sentiments out of. I am doing a thank you for everything. I did a thinking of you, and I did just a note. All right, so let's start playing. Who is ready? Let's get started. All right, so let's do this one first. That one was pretty easy. Well, they're all easy. I didn't mean it in that way. So what I did with this one is I used Fresh Fuchsia Basic White, and the Designer Series paper that I am using tonight, it is coming out of the beautiful Bokeh 6x6 designer paper. Okay, so this is the beautiful Bokeh 6x6 designer series paper. All right, so that is the paper that we are using tonight. And then on the inside, I just put a piece of basic white cardstock on the inside. So what I did with the stamp, I used our, I guess I need to get my, I've got a 6x6 sheet of paper. This is how I found this to be the easiest way to do this. So I've got my 6x6 paper. I am going to use my black Momentum. And we're going to move the paper out of the way. And because this stamp set is so big, I just took my ink and I rubbed it around onto here. And I'm using the black momentum on the rubber stamp. All right. And then I kind of just sweeped it to where you don't get it all over the place. All right. And then I took one of our blending brushes and I just made sure that I ran it over, and I was just trying to get the ink going all in the same direction so it did not have any spotting in it that shouldn't be. All right. So once we did that, we're going to take, uh-oh, I didn't open my cardstock up. Let's get that out. All right, so we're going to take that then, and we're going to put our piece of basic white cardstock down. We're going to, no, we're not. What am I doing? No, don't do that. We want to stamp on our designer series paper. Sorry about that. We're going to stamp on our designer series paper tonight. And we're going to just lay this completely down. Okay. And then you want to give it a good press. All right. And then we're going to lift this up, and there is your image. Okay. Then what I did is I took my paper trimmer and I wanted to cut around it to get all the extra paper off here. All right, so yeah, normally I don't cut on camera, but because I wanted to get it stamped first, I tried doing that before I stamped, and it just, I couldn't get it to line up correctly. So we're gonna stamp it and then cut it, just like that. Now I want to cut this down to where it is going to be 5 3/4. So what I did is we want it to be 3/4, which is right there. So I took this and went straight. I left a little bit on that side as well. So I took it off here. Now I'm going to turn it around, and this time I want to make sure it's at the 3 3/4 mark. So it cuts it evenly. And then we want it to be 5 inches here. So same thing as I left just a little bit down at the bottom to cut as well. All right, so now we want this to be at 5. Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. I love being here with each of y'all on Sunday evenings. Also on my Wednesday coffee and card. And then I am also working on my schedule for the new Stamping Up year. And I might be adding some Facebook Lives. I'm looking at doing that. I'm thinking about trying to add in a mystery stamping night. I think that would be so much fun. So this one here I did as a thinking of you, and I took the stamp with the black momentum and I just tabbed it into my ink pad, and then I just stuck it right in this spare spot. Thinking of you. Okay. And then this gets mounted on my beautiful cardstock. This is fresh fuchsia. And we're going to take our bone folder and go across the score mark. Okay. And then we need to put our piece here. Make sure I have it all the way around. And then we're going to put this straight onto our card base. And then we're going to open this up, and then we're going to put our piece of basic white here on the inside. And this is for you to write your message, or later when you know who you will be giving the card to, you will be able to do your message. All right, so there is that. I did not do anything to the envelope yet, but before I send this card, you betcha, I will make sure there's something on that envelope. All right, so let's go to card number 2. Let's close this ink pad up. And we've got to clean our stamp. And the way I do that is I take my dirty chamois. I've got some new ones on order, but they hadn't made it yet. But a chamois is something that you can clear your stamp with, and it just rubs, you wet it with water, and then you're able to just wipe your stamps clean. All right, so let's see what project we're going to do next. All right, and then I just like to take it then and stamp it onto my pad here to make sure it's clean and it is dry. Okay. All right, so card number 2, let's go with this one. All right, so card number 2. On this one, I used a piece of the basic beige cardstock, and then I stamped on basic white, but then I colored in the tree and the fence, making it into a fall card. So this is what we did. We took the early espresso, and I took my dauber. You can use daubers, but I had the blending brushes. So I'm going to take my early espresso and tap it in. And, hold on. Okay. I'm going to rub my tree, the trunk of it, and the branches. And I'm kind of tapping. You can rub it in as well, but right now I am tapping it on. And then I did the same thing down for the fence. All right, and now this is where it gets fun, because we're going to add in color. And you want to be careful with your colors, because you're going to have dominant colors as well. So what I got is Mossy Meadow, Cajun Craze, and Blackberry Bliss. Because you got to think it's fall time. So we've got our fall leaves going on. All right, so we're going to do the Mossy Meadow. And I did that all over, because I want my trees to have a little green background to it. Now, if you place an order to receive these kits for free, I will send you all the cardstock that you need to make these projects, but I will not be able to do any of the stamping. So if you want your trees to look like this, then you will need to place the order to order your tree stamp, the Peaceful View stamp set, because I cannot send stamped images. All right, so we've got our grass down here. That should be good there. All right, I'm gonna set that to the side. I got some green on the bird there. I want to put the brown back on the bird. I don't want a green bird. Let's see, what is this one? Okay, this is Early Espresso. All right. Now we're going to get us some, let's do some Cajun Craze. Because you know it's leaf changing. I don't know about you, but here in South Carolina, where I'm located in the Lexington area, our leaves are starting to turn. I was fully shocked. They're falling off of the trees, and of course that makes a mess in my yard. My neighbor's got a tree right next to me, and I get his leaves all the time. All right, so I got that cleaned off. Now I wanted to put some Blackberry Bliss in here, and this will be our last color. And this is why I call this inky, because it is no telling how this ink color is going to turn out, because we've got a combination all mixed in here now. All right, so let's close these up for a second and see what's happening with our color here. All right, so here is our basic white. We're going to take our stamp and we are going to do our best to make it even and pretty. And I'm going to give it a great push down. Also, if you have the Stampin' Right markers, you're able to color that stamp set with the Stampin' Right markers. So if you have any of the Stampin' Right markers, you can use the brush point and color the rubber stamps with these. Also, these are being discontinued. They're on our last chance list, and they are there until they are no longer available, and then they will be going away. All right, let's see. Oh, look at that. Gorgeous. Look how pretty, guys. That is so pretty. All right, so now what we've got to do is we've got to trim this down. And then, so let's do this again. We are going to make this into our 4. Okay. All right. And then we're going to make this our... And then let's see what this looks like real quick. Take our basic beige, and we're going to take this then and do that. And then we're going to take this and stick it. Yeah, we got to cut some off of the side of this. And I did not cut this one as long, so it's going to be just a little bit off at the bottom, but it'll be all right. Yeah. That'll work just like that. So do you see how the colors got in where that Blackberry Bliss really took over in the colors? And then we did get the mossy green down here in the bottom. So what I want to do with that is the Mossy Meadow. I wanted to take our blend. Let's see which one had the mossy. This one, okay. I want to make this even out, so I'm going to just kind of blend that in a little bit there. All right, and that just comes from not pressing hard enough on the stamp to get it that good creased image. But it's okay. We've got that fixed. And then on this one, we did it as just a note, and we stamped that in, I'm going to say early espresso. And then we're going to just do this. And then again, right in the space there, we're going to say just a note. And then this one is ready to hook down. Okay. All right, there is that card. And then I did not put anything on the inside because with our basic beige cardstock, it is light enough that you can write your notes and stamp your images without having to have something on the inside. Again, I did nothing on the envelope, so no need to show you the bare envelope, but when the project is ready to go out, I will definitely have something on there for sure. All right, so the last project. Seems like we're going fast tonight. Try to clean out some of my brushes here so we can do our next project. Also, if you have our brushes, as soon as you get done using them, if you take and go run them under the water, it cleans them and then they dry and you're able to use them on other colors and it won't blend, okay? But I wouldn't let it dry in your sponge. I would make sure you clean it after each use. All right, so let's clean our stamp set here. I got to get all that gooky out of there. Give me a second. Down in those cracks of it. This is a beautiful stamp set. Like I said, I don't normally do the background stamps just because they're so big. But I really love this one, and it's going to be great for fall pages, so be on the lookout. It's coming back. I will be doing more with it because there are a lot more things I want to do with it, but with my card swaps coming up, I had to do that. Was planning on doing all that yesterday. However, my granddaughters play volleyball for their high school, and they tried out, and they are only freshmen, and they made the varsity team, so they had a all-day tournament yesterday, and my husband decided we were going to stay the entire day, so we got at the school yesterday at 8 a.m., and we stayed till like 7:30 last night, so by the time I came home, there was no time really for crafting. But I did come up this morning and do some projects before I left to go to church. And at the end, I will give you a sneak peek of something that's coming from the catalog. I don't normally give sneak peeks, but it ties in with my retreat, my one-day retreat. And once I show it to you, you'll know why I'm doing the retreat. All right, so we've got our stamp cleaned. Let's do this. All right, good job. All right, so the third card that we're doing, I used Mossy Meadow. I used basic white cardstock. I used Mossy Meadow and Pecan Pie for the background of the tree. And my tag is on Basic Beige. Excuse me. It is on Basic Beige, and I use the Stylish Shape dies. And then on the inside, we just got our piece of white cardstock in there, and we will go from there. The die that I used to cut this out with was the Postal Perennial Postage die set. So that is what we used to cut that out with. All right, so let's get started. I have already cut our sentiment tag out, and then we've got our two pieces of design. Oh, we got our two pieces of basic white cardstock in our envelope here, and our Mossy Meadow that goes right here. We're going to go ahead and take our bone folder. We're going to fold that up. Okay. And then we're going to take our basic white cardstock. I believe they're both the same size. Let's double check. That one's just a tad bigger, so let's go with this one to go on the inside. We're going to go ahead and do that. Get that piece out of the way. All right. There. Perfect. All right. Now, let's go ahead and do our sentiment in the Pecan Pie. And this one I did thank you for everything. And that's going to be done in the Pecan Pie. We're going to take it and we're going to stamp it straight onto our tag. Bingo. Perfect. All right, so we're going to move that to the side. Now we need to get our stamp back out and do our stamping of our tree so we can turn this around and make a beautiful tree here. All right, so we're going to take our Pecan Pie this time, and we're going to do our tree trunk. Okay. Now, next Sunday, my video will be pre-recorded because I have a, no, it will not, excuse me. Yes, next Sunday, the September the 1st, which is Labor Day, my video will be pre-recorded because I will be just coming in from a 4-day scrapbooking retreat. So, I will not be live. I will have a pre-recorded video for you. But then on Monday, all right, wait a minute, I got my dates mixed up. On Sunday, August the 31st, my video will be pre-recorded. On September the 1st, I will go live at 8 o'clock, and that is going to be my mini catalog launch. And I will share with you some of the projects that I have done and some of the products that I have purchased so far. All right, so we're going to kick off the launch Monday, Tuesday, and then it goes live on Wednesday. So what I'll do is I will do my coffee and card on Wednesday morning like normal. And then that evening at 8 o'clock, I will go live again on Wednesday, September the 3rd, and do a walkthrough of the catalog, because then I can open it and share it with you. Up until it goes live, I can't share the inside of the book with you. I can share the outside cover. I can share projects that I make, but I can't share the inside of the book yet. So I will be back live again so I can share that with you. All right. So I think I've got our green on here pretty good. Let's get the brown back on the wood fence for the most part. And then because I want it to be clean going across the bottom, we are going to wipe. We're going to wipe that off. All right. So now let's put our card down. We're going to take our stamp set. And we're going to drop it. And press it down. And there we go. All right, so for this one, what we're going to do is I've got to run this through my die machine. And, you know, I've got my die machine right next to me, but it is off of the table. So these are the perennial postage dies, and I took the big die out of here, and it's going to go just like this. And then let's run this through the machine. Give me 1 second while I run this through. Give me 1 second. All right, here we go. All right, so here is our cutout piece. And now this is going to go right on top of here. Actually, I did this with using dimensionals. So let's get our dimensionals out. Do I have a pack on my table somewhere? Probably, but I don't see them. So let's get these, and let's go ahead and get these out on the card base on the back side. Okay. All right. Now, all right. It's going to be a super busy week for me this week. I've got club kits that's got to get out. I've got the card swaps that's got to get out. And then I got to get my catalogs out and then pack for my retreat. So it's going to be a crazy week, but it is so much fun. I love being with my ladies and being able to do the things that I do. And I thank each and every one of you for being here and supporting me. So if you have liked the projects tonight, please share my videos with others. That does help me grow, as well as give me that thumbs up. If you are watching me on YouTube, if you can go up to the top right-hand corner and hit that subscribe button, I would greatly appreciate that as well. All right, so we're going to do that right there. So there is our card. That is our third card. Now for this envelope, oops, what I did is I did the fence on the bottom of the card. So let's see if I can do this again. So we're going to try it. It was pretty easy the first go around, so let's see. Let's clean this off. I got to go wash my chamois. It's so full of ink. It's making it hard to clean. Also, if you have our cleaning scrub pad, that will work too. Thank you, Debbie. All right, let's see if I can get our envelope to work. So I took the pecan pie and I brushed it along here. All right, and then I took the Mossy Meadow and I tapped the green around it. All right, and then I did the brown back on the top here. All right, let's see how this looks. We're gonna wipe this off just a little bit. We don't want it to get too messy. All right, now hopefully this is gonna work, guys. So here's the envelope. And then we just took this and I just kind of laid it down on the envelope. Okay. And then what I did is I did the same thing again. We're going to tap this side here. You don't have to do the whole thing this time around because you only have to get that little piece right there where it didn't finish off. And that's kind of the tricky part, is trying to line this back up, because that's the thing with photopolymer, you can see the line up, but with red rubber you can't. So we're just gambling. So hopefully I did it right. Let's see. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. All right, we're going to go with that. I just got ink all over me when I stamped. I laid my hand in the ink pad. I should have closed it. Sorry. So now let's share the projects from tonight. All right. I hope you enjoyed those as much as I did. Sometimes I love getting messy, and that is what I did tonight. And I love it sometimes, but then there's sometimes I don't care to have ink everywhere. Yeah, see. All right. So what I want to do, so I don't get ink all over my cards. I am going to put a piece of plain basic white paper right here so we don't get ink everywhere, because my desktop is yucky right now. All right, so here is card 1. Well, this is card 3, excuse me. Here is card 2. Okay. And then here is card 1. All right. And this is using the Peaceful Views stamp set from Stampin' Up! Peaceful View, along with the beautiful Moffettes. And we use the Thank You, Thinking of You, and Just a Note sentiment. Okay? All right, so remember, this is a free with the purchase class. So if you place an order tonight through Thursday of $40 or more, I will send you the projects to make these. Thank you, Debbie. I will send you the supplies that you can make these cards with. I will do the die cutting out for you, but I cannot do the stamping. Remember that piece. All right, so that is that. Now, let me show you a little sneak peek of something that I have been working on. In our mini catalog, there is a project in here that is for, let's see, what did I do with the stamp set? I'll share it with you because I can share that with you. I just cannot share the inside the catalog. Let's see, here it is. It is called Love and Courage, and it is a Cancer stamp set. And this is inside the mini catalog. It is called Love and Courage, and it's got, of course, your ribbon, and you can make your ribbon any color that you choose. And then it's got love and hope. And then thank you for supporting me throughout my battle. And then friends don't let friends fight cancer alone. And I love this one. It is okay to not be okay. I love that sentiment. Stampin' Up! Did a fabulous job with this, and I'll go into more detail with this as to why this set has been chosen. This is part of my retreat that I will be doing in November, and I wanted to share with you the card that I've designed to play with this stamp set. And here is the card that I did. So I took the Pretty Peacock cardstock, and then I layered again Pretty Peacock, and then I took the basic white and the Pretty Peacock ribbon here, and I stamped it and made my own background. And then I layered it again with Pretty Peacock, the basic white cardstock, and I stamped the sunflower sentiment here. And it says support, strength, heart, faith, resolve, fight, hope, courage, survivor, and believe. So that went there, and then I stamped the ribbon, and then I fussy cutted the ribbon because there is no dies for this set. It is just the stamp set. So that is one of the cards that I made playing with the stamp set earlier today, or yesterday. I did get this in yesterday. So, with that is in the mini catalog. So I just wanted to share that with you. That has been the projects that I've been working on. And I had to make 21 of those. And then the other one that I am working on, I don't quite have ready yet. So when I have it ready, I'll share that one as well. All right, guys, that is all for tonight. I hope you enjoyed our projects, and be sure to join my email list. If you are not on my email list, make sure you join that so you can get all of the updates that is going on. If you have not subscribed, that you want a mini catalog, please make sure you do that, because tomorrow night after my craft along, I will be diving into making sure catalogs are ready to go out, because I'm trying to make sure everything goes out before my retreat, and I leave on Friday for that. So, all right, guys, I will be back live on Wednesday morning. I hope to see you there. If not, please catch the replay. Thank you so much.